Alright, so how y'all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now today, the brand new Hell Boss difficulty final boss mount has just dropped on global and I'm excited to see it. Now I'm hoping this one is just a tiny bit more of a challenge compared to the Go Through and the King one. They were just absolute, just way too easy, and you feel as if though the legend difficulty should be, you know, something special, because I mean, it was a little while ago we got hell for like the demon, you know, raids and whatnot, and I believe this is the, you know, like only content in Grand Cross that, you know, has a legend difficulty. So of course for the first completion we will be getting the Merlin crown one. We get the, you know, crown one for all the other characters as well, and just as, you know, in normal final boss fashion, we do get a shop to purchase in. So unfortunately you do have to, you know, I don't think they do this with the regular ones, but for the legend ones you do have to buy them daily. So a little bit unfortunate there. We had just had the, what was it, the Droll final boss, and you could just buy all of them day one. So not a big fan of that. So I mean, ideally, you know, you want to just grind all your materials day one and just buy them as the days go on, because I feel like most people forget about that. But what's the team we're going to be using? So jumping in here, I mean, this is the team people usually use for the final boss Merlin. Not so sure. I mean, we're not really trying to score points in this legend difficulty one, so I doubt we'll need this team as much. So basically the reason why we're running it, go for the rank ups, Derry for a just insane damage output, and the Merlin has a passive which does like an extra 300% or just insane damage to demon units. So we do have the green Deanne here to tank for us, but let's jump right into this first one and see how we go. Now I haven't done any, you know, attempts of this off, you know, camera. As you can see, I still have the rewards there, but there are two other teams I'd like to show off in this video. One more of just like a general use team, you know, just using red units, you know, what people would most likely have. And I'd also like to see if the barn team is, you know, capable of doing this. I mean, the main goal in these, you know, like first couple turns of each phase is you really just want to chip down these side units so you can actually, you know, deal damage to Merlin. So we'll just start off with this one here, but you know, she has like just an insane amount of DPS until you kill these side ones. So as you'll see here, she'll just, yeah, patient soul of Goethes hits there. So get these sides one down and kind of just build up your Derry cards and nuke the final phase. I mean, my Derry is only like level 80, not even max super awakening, only 4/6, but we should be able to easily like one tap that final stage. You know, so good that the Deanne taunt also lasts 3 turns even on level 1. Absolute lifesaver. I mean, you don't have to use Derry in this by all means, but it's just how it was done previously. So let's see, 1, 2, and I guess we're just gonna check out another one. I would have liked to go through rank up on that turn, but that's all right. Also really don't want to attack into the reflectors on these, you know, waiting turns. It has some huge multipliers. I don't even know why they made it so like absurd, but here we go. Now I mean, just talking about, you know, this recent update in particular, other than this final boss, I mean, we did get the final disaster rerun, so there's the 3 bosses. I'll also do a guide on, you know, just that event in particular and how to actually beat the stages, and thank God we have time yells of grace. 1, 2, and 3, and that should, let's see how much damage there is. Yeah, okay, she's starting to ramp up her damage a bit there, and that should be the kill on them. You know, we'll have a guard on those coming out in particular, and surprisingly Patience had as well, because, you know, back when they originally released, those stages were some extremely difficult content, but nowadays, you know, we have level 90, we have Super Awakening 5 in the game, you know, we just have better units. Like, to think, you know, people were using the green and red Escanor back then, that's how old that event is. It's definitely been over like half a year since that came out, but, oh yikes, we really don't want to have Derry getting attacked here, so we are going to rank her up and attack there just because we get the evasion on the 2-star card, and hopefully Deanne loses this buff removal card soon, the debuff, sorry. There we go, easy one tap, so you can just see how insane Derry is. Now we do have my attack Derry on a attack crit set, mainly for guild boss. Other than guild boss, I don't really use her, and insane, I'm not even the biggest fan of guild boss, because yeah, that attack probably would have killed Derry in all honesty. This, you know, boss fight is just so strong. Let me think. I mean, we could just go 1. I'm almost certain this card will kill, but for some reason also super scared that it won't. I mean, we've done everything right, so this should just one tap, yeah. Yeah, look at that, 400,000 damage. And I mean, going into the final phase with this many buffs, you already know what's about to happen. I mean, oh, there we go. We'll just throw these into MERLIN, that should be done. So, first team was a success. I mean, my DN definitely isn't very well built out. You can make her so much stronger, but look at that, almost 3 million. It's a bit unfortunate we can't get points. Here we go, and jump into the second team we'll be using now. We will be using, of course, the Red Escanor, Sariel, and Gotha. And I mean, for this back unit, I mean, you could also use, you know, the SR Elizabeth. There's no real point using Death Pierce since it's almost, you know, impossible to get crits on this final boss. But, I mean, if you like, you know, you can change out for the Green Gotha for the Red Coin Shop one. This Escanor just because, you know, once again, he is a Coin Shop unit and he's fairly accessible. But if you didn't want to swap him out, I mean, you could very well use the Red Slater. I mean, I'm a super big fan of the Red SR Slater. I don't know why, but I was gonna initially say use the Red Lost Vein, but turns out he's a demon, so can't use him. You could use Ram if you have a, I mean, the Red Zelge, I mean, you can't use him, can't use the melee. If you like, you could use Hauser to chip out those side units, but once again, you will need at least one single target unit to really, like, you know, succeed in this final boss. So, I mean, if you know you don't have many of these characters, by all means, you know, use a blue or a green character, but ideally, you know, you want to be using red DPS. So, Sariel, of course, is going to be the, you know, main shining unit of this run, but I feel like this run should be a little bit easier and, like, less stressful than the last one. Just cause, you know, when using Dario, or even just any demons in this final boss, if you don't, you know, have a way of, you know, getting the attention off of them, they just take so much damage and are basically just guaranteed to die. So, let's see, we'll go 1, 2, and 3 for the time being. We should just be able to, yeah, look at that, that is some crazy damage from Sariel. I mean, yeah, we shouldn't really have to, you know, utilize this dissolve from the pumpkin bombs and such. I mean, considering how far the game is in its lifespan, this content is definitely much easier than, you know, it should be, and a little unfortunate. Actually, could we kill with Escanor on the side here? I mean, we don't have any buffs on him, so we're not going to be able to, like, you know, get any use out of this amplify effect, but I'm thinking, I mean, he's only level 80, we'll give it a shot. I mean, even if Escanor dies, at least that shows, you know, how strong the reflector is. I really hope this kills, goddamn. Yeah, look at that, still it just wipes him, so if you can really just enter the final phase with either of their ults, we should be able to DPS through MERLIN pretty easily. I mean, it is no Derry ult, but should be alright. Damn, it's a really good card draw here. But I mean, I feel as if though for the legend, like, difficulty bosses, they should add just, like, a couple more effects and just stuff to make the fight challenging. Like, you don't have to make it like a 280 CC, you know, like, just, you know, like CC, like, grind fest, like, only, like, top tier players can, like, you know, go first and actually do it. But yeah, no, just a couple things more, like, challenging. Like, even if it makes it so, like, you can only use some units, like, it's super make or break with the teams, like the new version of Final Boss, I'd be fine with that, because, I mean, these roll around every so often, and there we go, sorry about that one, the game just crashed, but that will, of course, let us, you know, throw more DPS cards out in this turn, so we do actually get the kill. But like I was saying, you know, I wouldn't really mind it if, you know, these events roll around, you know, fairly often, and, you know, everyone will eventually get their chance, you know, get the headpiece if that's what you're worrying about, and, you know, participate in the event. So I'd like the legend difficulty to just be a tiny bit harder. I mean, I'm sure eventually, you know, the legend, you know, difficulty Escan will roll around and it'll be insanely hard and everyone will be complaining about it. But wondering if we can actually just completely burst MERLIN out here. Let's see, I mean, we do have a 6/6 Sariel, and with the Seva, I'm hoping we can actually get a crit. Oh, still no crit, goddamn. Can we finish this off with a single target? There we go, just like that. So yeah, no, once again, I mean, if you have, you know, a less built out team, it shows you still can, you know, beat it fairly easy. Here we go, and this is the final team we're going to be using in today's video. Now, I have absolutely no doubts that this team will just absolutely carve through this final boss. I mean, ever since Purgatory Balm was released on Global, literally any PvE content you've put him in, he has just absolutely destroyed it now. I mean, same goes for PvE. There's only like 2 units in the game that can actually, you know, just stop his absolute rampage, those being Amelia and the one Escanor. I actually find it funny how still to this day on the JP version, the one is just carving up anything. Like, they've released, you know, Cusack, as I'm sure most of you know, he is a blue DPS, and he's just worse than Escanor in every single way possible. Like, he's kind of built the same way that the Fest Zeldris is built, with his whole, you know, no crits, do the crit damage all the time thing. I'm personally not a big fan of it, but yeah, no, he's built like that basically. Has the double single target attack cards and is just so much weaker than Escanor. It's crazy. And to think that Summer Merlin does even more damage than the one Escanor, like, granted, you know, she only has the like one single target attack. I mean, she does even more than Festival Cusack. Like, I don't know, I just personally, and I mean, I'm sure most people agree, they just didn't do the best job with Cusack. He definitely could have been implemented. I mean, but you know, Chandler's just a whole lot more fun to play than, you know, Cusack, and in being that, you know, people are just going to enjoy the unit more. I mean, having count units, I mean, I just feel count units are just some of the most fun units in the game, and I mean, Keo as well. What an insanely fun unit. I mean, I feel like he'll, like, depending on how, you know, the next collaboration goes, he might still be seen as, you know, like the most fun and probably the most best, you know, collaboration character, but unfortunately we just have a terrible hand this one. I mean, even if, you know, you do have terrible hands with Keo, or people try and stall you out, having those ignites build up is just so powerful, and the fact that even though they, like, boost your damage, if you're using, like, a Purgatory Barn ult, they still boost how much damage you're doing, even though that's based off your HP. I don't know, Keo's just a great unit. I feel sorry for anyone who, like, didn't play the game when he was out. I mean, I'm hoping they still do reruns for Grand Cross. I mean, we don't know yet. We'll obviously get the Slime one first, but yeah, no, I just found it funny. And Freezing Arthur is, could we please get some barn cards? Oh, it's not even like we can rush the ult here. We'll just go for that maximized card draw, but yeah, no. Let's see. I mean, this is actually taking a lot longer than expected. I feel as if though the Dario team might still be the best one. I mean, as long as, of course, you know, you do keep those DM buffs up and, you know, you don't get super unlucky with your Dario cards and just drop your buff. I feel as if though that would be the best team. I mean, the main reason that team was invented was for, you know, scoring points, but it still does alright. And no dissolve this time. Damn it, Freezing Barn instead. Just as bad. Let's see, we'll go 1, 2, and 3, why not? Get the Barn ultimate and we should just be able to wipe everyone with it, or at least the side units for sure. Actually keen to see how much we'll do to the Merlin with our 6 ignites, because we do only have the Barn, I believe it's 3/6 now. And when he of course does come in the Festival Coin Shop, I will be able to buy the rest of the dupes for him, but oh, that's actually taking a lot more damage than I expected, which is funny. Really wish I didn't get frozen. I would have liked to have used that single target card. 1, 2, and 3. Hoping to kill this side unit as well, or else that's going to be a lot of reflector damage. Let's see it. Not bad, 1 million. I mean, yeah, look. Merlin's resistance is just absolutely crazy, and I mean, after this turn we'll just be, you know, just about done after throwing this Arthur card, but I mean, like I said in the beginning, not the hardest difficult, like, content ever. I mean, Legend difficulty has been, you know, just a joke, and I mean, I would say Belmoth is just, like, the Hell Belmoth is a million times harder than this. I mean, if you can get that done, I mean, congratulations. I mean, I just don't have the Jericho or Zarathos built for it, but there we go. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. I mean, hope this, you know, guide helped, you know, if you guys need, you know, team suggestions or what you should be running for this final boss. But I mean, please hit that like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.